best.
It's an important time of year for beekeepers across the nation. They're busy extracting the honey before these tiny pollinators get busy preparing for winter.
It's also an important time for you to get the buzz on bees because September is National Honey Month. So bee expert Mario Padilla is here from the Butterfly Pavilion to show us how honey is extracted because there is an art to it,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Luckily you're the expert to show us how to do it. So this time of year, the bees start to get kind of busy with preparing for the winter, right?
Yep, they get prepared for the winter and they kind of have all this honey they've stored mostly through June in our area is when the main nectar flow is and when they're putting on the most honey. And in, you know, late summer, early fall, we want to be able to extract any extra honey that they've made.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how and sort of why exactly do bees make hives and create honey like this? Obviously they're not doing it for us, even though we might benefit from it.
That's exactly right. They're not doing it for us. They're doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
Honeybees are one of the insects that actually lives throughout the entire winter. So because they are pollen and nectar eaters, they don't have any food during the winter because there's no flowers in the winter. So they store as much honey as they possibly can throughout the summer to get them through the winter. And luckily for us, they'll store more than they possibly can. So we can take advantage of the extra honey that they do store.
That's awesome. So I just want to make the point because you assured me that before you all start extracting honey for us, you make sure there's plenty for the bees, and then you start getting the honey for us, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
In our climate, we leave about 60 to 70 pounds just for the bees for the winter, and then we'll take any extra of that honey for ourselves.
Love it. Okay, well, show us how it's done.
Yeah, so if you guys want to take a popsicle stick,
Alrighty.
so this is the wax that the honeybees actually also build. This is a gland in their bodies. They build the wax, they make the honeycomb, and then they store the honey right on the comb, which is super interesting.
Super cool.
So if you want to just poke right in there, you can see the honey coming right out of that frame. So if you guys want to try it out,
you
can eat it. You
can eat the wax and everything,
yeah,
right?
the wax is a little chewy, but you could definitely eat the wax. I'm going to try Sam.
All
There
right,
you
I'll
go.
dig in there.
How does that taste?
Wow.
It's pretty
So
good,
sweet.
right?
So delicious.
Oh yeah, it's really, really good. So
Fresh from the honeycomb.
fresh from the comb. So the beekeepers would remove this small layer of wax and then they would spin it in a centrifuge. All the honey would come out of the wax and they would put it in a bucket just like this. And then I could kind of show you guys how they would bottle it. So we have a spigot down here at the bottom of our bucket and we would open it right here. And this might get a little crazy, but we'll see that honey flow right
Wow.
over, right?
Oh, that golden goodness.
Delicious.
Well, and I noticed that you're using Rice's honey. You guys have a nice partnership with Rice's
Yeah,
honey.
Rice's is one of our primary sponsors of our PACE initiative, which is pollinator awareness through conservation and education. And Rice's Honey partnered with us this year on that program. And a portion of the proceeds of every bottle of Rice's Honey sold actually comes to Butterfly Pavilion and comes to that Protecting Pollinators program.
Yeah, and Rice's is raw, unfiltered. So can you explain a little bit about how that's different from maybe other honeys?
Yeah, what's great about Rice's Honey is they don't heat their honey any higher than what the natural temperature in a beehive would be. So they're going to be able to heat the honey just a little tiny bit, and they're going to bottle it straight from the beekeepers all around Colorado. And you can see here we have different blends of honey that Rice's sells. We have a lot of Colorado blends, but they have a SoCal blend, and they have a couple other blends from areas around the entire United States.
I think I've tried them all. They really are fantastic. And it's so perfect because, you know, the different flowers in the different regions make the different tasting honey.
Exactly.
You can get them all. But really quickly, what's the best way we can help keep our little pollinators safe out there?
Oh, that's great. As I talked about, they're nectar and pollen feeders exclusively, right? So they're going to be eating throughout the summer. So you want to have a nice pollinator garden that's blooming from about May to right now, even to October. So those animals have food to eat throughout the entire season. And come by Butterfly Pavilion and check out all these great animals that we have. We have bees and all kinds of animals at Butterfly Pavilion.
That's awesome. We take care of them. They take care of us.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. All right, and just ahead on Colorado's Best, if you'd like to learn more about the local hive by Rice's Honey or the Butterfly Pavilion's PACE initiative, visit localhivehoney.com/mobile or simply go to butterflies.org.
Still much more to come in our second half hour. Our legal expert, he'll be up and he's explaining how to maximize your recovery if you're injured on someone else's property.